The Ezcast Beam V3, the world's first portrait mode projector. Sounds quite unique, doesn't it? So let's check it out. So it appears what we have here is quite simply a stroke of genius, because if you are a big social media fan, especially with the likes of TikTok, well now, not only can you watch them on the big screen, but also in their true and original format, aka portrait mode. So we're going to dive straight in and open this up, and there we go, everything is nice and secure, fairly well packaged, and we'll start off with this little box on the right here, which I presume will be a little box of tricks. So what have we got in here then? This appears to be an adapter, and it is indeed, it is the power plug for the projector, but please note that if you buy this from an Amazon UK store, you will of course receive the standard UK 3-pin plug. We then also have the remote. Yeah, it seems pretty standard, but I think that will definitely do the job. Now these are what actually you rest the projector on to allow it to go into its portrait mode. Now they are just quite simply bits of styrofoam, but they're nice and lightweight, so if you had to carry them around, you're definitely not going to notice it. Now of course we have the wireless dongle, which does come pre-supplied, which is obviously a good thing, because basically as soon as you get your projector out of the box and of course set up and ready to go, then you can start streaming or casting from your smartphone or smart device pretty much straight away. And last but not least, we have the Ezcast Beam V3 Quick Start Guide. And now this is of course the actual projector itself. We've got bits of styrofoam flying about the place there, but let's take it out of this bag, and here we have finally the projector out of the box. And you know what, I quite like the look of that. It has a very business feel to it with its very smart design. And on the top here you can see you have a focus wheel for manual focus adjustment. You've got some buttons here at the bottom. You've got a home button, you've got a power source, you've got a return key, etc. Now on the left hand side is where you'll find your inputs, and we've got a micro SD card reader, we've got a 3.5mm jack headphone port, HDMI in, USB, and of course where you'll place your wireless dongle. Turn it around to the other side and you'll find your input for the DC power cord. And not forgetting taking a quick glance underneath, well, we've got these rubber stoppers to keep everything nice and secure. And then of course, if you wish to mount it to a tripod, let me see if I can get the screw out. And there you go, that's a 1/4" screw mount. So yeah, if you want to mount this to something, you can do that. But there is one feature that I really do like about this projector's quite simplistic design. You see that little groove there? You know what that's for? It's for holding your phone. Now when it comes to specifications, well, this manual is more about how to set up and use the projector, but I do know for a fact it has a 1280 by 720 picture resolution. It does support HD however, but please remember it will only be in a 720p format. Its brightness comes in at 200 ANSI lumens, and the throw distance is between 1 and 5.2 meters. The good news is the Wi-Fi dongle supports both 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz connections. And in regards to its Keystone, well, it has a manual 2D electrical correction system. And of course, finally, the speaker housed inside is 5 watts, and when connected to devices to use as a standalone speaker, it connects via Bluetooth 4.0. But of course, I will place all the remaining specifications in the description beneath this video for you to take a little look at. But now we've done the unboxing, we've had a quick look at the projector, so I think we should just turn this thing on and test out its picture quality. So we begin with the initial setup, and here is the V3 on my trusty projector stand. And just to confirm, by the way, we are approximately 9.5 feet away from the wall, which should give us hopefully a nice and large display. Now that is of course the fan noise as the projector loads up, and it's not exactly quiet, but the sound does diminish quite a lot once you have your film or program playing. And this is the main user interface, and I think it's rather cool looking with its dark yet still very brightly lit design. Now along the top are the guides for connecting your Android, iOS, Mac or even Windows devices to this projector, and then on the second row we have your Bluetooth Ezcast options, as well as selecting multimedia or HDMI inputs. When it comes to the settings tab, you do get quite a few options to play around with, including a display mode which increases the brightness, but that does leave colours slightly washed out. We also have the portrait mode option, which I'll quickly show you here, but of course we will be trying out properly later. You've got vertical, horizontal and 4-corner keystone adjustments, colour and pixel levels, before finally the firmware upgrade as well as version 2. But now let's run some footage, and to clarify, by the way, these are all 1080p videos, but of course they shall be scaled down to the Projector's native resolution of 720p. To start things off, this is Jurassic World, and it's surprisingly quite incredible to watch in terms of picture quality. Considering this is only a 720p image, the quality is both sharp and clear.
Is that good?
It's fantastic.
Here we have now some 4K footage, again converted to HD and then of course downscaled to 720p. But as you can see, nothing is lost in terms of its beautiful colour or fine detail. The movement is still smooth and it just works incredibly well. For animations now, well, you have nothing to worry about as everything remains bright and the colours are vivid. So if you plan to watch quite a few of these, then the Ezcast V3 will show them in striking quality. The ingenious portrait mode is to be tried out now, so here is the projector resting on the supplied pads to keep it upright, and now we shall change the settings to enable the portrait mode feature. Once this is done, to hook up your phone you quite simply connect to the Ezcast Wi-Fi and enter the on-screen password before finally swiping up on your device and enabling screen mirroring. To kick things off then, here is TikTok on a whopping 160-inch display, and it's actually very cool. To be honest with you, it's really like having a massive phone on the wall of your choice. Now, just to confirm, it does work for most apps, but like always, paid-per-view ones cannot be streamed. And just to note, sometimes early on in the connection, some buffering may be required, but overall, it's generally a smooth experience. But the even better news, yes, it also works on games. And speaking of gameplay, well, this projector does support it remarkably well. No gaming lag was discovered with my PlayStation 3 hooked up, and as you can see, the overall gameplay as well as picture quality was an exhilarating experience. Not forgetting, of course, the final test, which is trying it out with the lights on, and unfortunately it doesn't perform that well. Now, you can still see what is being projected, but my advice, if you want to get the best viewing pleasure, like with most projectors, keep your surroundings as dark as possible. So that was my demonstration of the world's first portrait mode projector, and you know what? Although you can't really consider this a high-end piece of equipment, I must admit I do quite like it in a quirky sort of way. Basically, what Ezcast have created here has bridged the fundamental gap between smart devices and the big screen. Yes, you can connect your phone or tablet to most projectors nowadays, but the V3 offers you a unique way of viewing your favourite social media profiles and videos, as well as in their true and original format. The picture quality is also surprisingly brilliant, considering it's only 720p. It is a shame it can't provide a full HD projection, but as long as you are playing a 1080p video, then you will hardly even notice the difference. The sound quality is also fairly decent thanks to the built-in 5-watt speaker, although I found it can get quite tinny if something is played too loud or maybe on its maximum volume. However, the V3 does make up for this with its 120Hz refresh rate, making gameplay a wonderful and free-flowing experience. So overall, I do think this projector is designed for more of the gaming or social media addict, but once you have scratched your gameplay or TikTok itch and it is time to relax, Ezcast have provided the options to watch your favourite films in great quality too. You also have a nice range of inputs for connecting additional devices, and thanks to its fairly compact design, it does make it easily accessible in small spaces. So if your TV is always being hogged by computer games, or maybe you just want to see the latest trending videos on a big display, then consider the Ezcast Beam V3, as not only is it quite simply a projector, it's a device that can throw your smartphone entertainment onto the big screen to share with everyone. Now before I go, don't forget to tell me your thoughts on the Ezcast Beam V3 in the comment section beneath this video, and if you did like this video and you like tech, then please show your appreciation by giving this video a fantastic thumbs up, don't forget to share it, and most importantly, hit me up on that classic subscribe button. But until next time, thank you once again for watching, and I'll hopefully see you at some point very soon. Thank you.